Okay, the Stanley Cup playoffs just ended. Memorial Cup just ended. Centennial Cup was about a month ago.
Yeah.
But I can't get hockey out of my system. And I met, so today's guest is Benson Hirst, Moose Jaw Warrior, formerly of the WHL. I think I have this correct. Uh, Boy, I can't, I did it before we went on air, but this is a mini stick I got when I was in grade 10 living in Saskatchewan. There we go.
Vintage twig there.
Yeah, vintage. And it's awesome. It's awesome to have you on. And I got to talk to you at the Centennial Cup Championship there for a bit. And
Yeah.
kind of hear your story, and I know you had some time in the MJ as well. But
Yeah.
just kind of maybe take us through a bit of your hockey journey, role models, mentors, and see where it takes us. You're a pretty young guy. You're born in year 2008.
Yeah.
Memories.
2008. Yeah, no, for mentors, like growing up, it was always just my dad.
Hmm.
He played, high level college hockey, so it was just I was always looking up to him. And then last year at the Blizzard, it was a pretty special year there with them, being able to, you know, win it all with a tight group that we had. It was pretty fun. So, the last few years have been pretty enjoyable for me. And still, honestly, just looking up to my dad. He's doing great things as well. Just won a national championship. So, not very much people could say they won that.
No, it's definitely quite the run. I'll have to have your dad on again sometime to dive a bit more
Yeah,
into that.
get him back on here.
But the if we go back to the MJHL trip, that journey where you guys went on to win that championship, you guys were the sixth seed. Uh, you kind of went through. We all know about the Dolphin series, and I mean you were there.
Oh yeah,
I was listening to it. But just kind of maybe take us through those emotions and obviously the game seven.
that was a pretty surreal series, honestly. Like, I think we won the first, or we were up, I think 3-1 at one point. And all the boys were happy and whatnot, trying not to get ahead of ourselves,
Right.
but they ended up winning two games, and it's 3-3 going back to Dauphin for game seven. So, all the boys, there's a lot of emotions with everyone. Everyone was pretty tense and nervous, but we know what we had to do, and we just stuck to our game plan with our coach and everything we had to do. And I think it went double overtime, game seven. It ended up going, and my buddy Quincy Supreme ended up scoring the game winning goal, and it didn't even feel real. We just all threw our gloves in the air, and it was unreal. Can't even describe it, honestly.
Right, yeah, and we saw that emotion on the ice on Sunday night. These guys that are make the millions of dollars, but then they interview
Yeah,
the Jordan Stalls and like, and everybody's hugging their parents, right? And
yeah,
obviously, I don't think that's ever lost in hockey. You gotta, you know, uh, thank the people that got you there, and I think that's
yeah, for sure.
huge key to your success. After hearing your dad speak at the Centennial Cup Championship celebration there, um, you know, it doesn't surprise me, right?
Yeah, no,
Yeah, so I mean that's good. So what again, some of those relationships that you've had again with your dad and everything else, were there other people again in your hockey journey that have helped you?
yeah. Just a lot of my close buddies. I think I grew up playing with.
Hmm.
Um, Quite a few of them are draft prospects this year. So one of my buddies, Brett Liskey, we played spring hockey a long time, and just look. You go to work out with your buddies, you skate with your buddies. You're always around them. You're pushing each other.
Right.
So it's pretty easy to look up to someone who's had the chance to get drafted this year, and you're around them all the time. So probably just my buddies. I know not very much people in my family played high level hockey, so I look up to my dad, and one of my distant cousins played college hockey as well. Um, but yeah, it's pretty much just my dad, and then some really close friends of mine, and I guess my other cousin too. He played high level rugby, so it's not hockey, but it's just looking up to the grind that they have to go through and everything. So you get stuff out of it as well.
Yeah, there's always stuff that you can learn from different
Yeah,
sports. So again, time in the MJ, you did the Centennial Cup, being there, being part of that experience, and then the Moose Jaw Warriors picked you up.
yeah.
Uh, who made the call? How did that all kind of transpire for you?
Well, I was originally drafted there in 2023 as a ninth round pick, so pretty late, but I knew I had to grind and, make my way there. I wasn't going to just get it for free, so I'd earn it.
Hmm.
Um, so I played in the MJ's development year last year, and then I had a pretty solid year, and us winning it helped, obviously. So I just, worked real hard in the off season, and I showed up at camp and in fall, and I was put into a billet home with who ended up being my two billet brothers for the year. So
Nice.
I was in a billet home for camp, and then preseason came, and I was still hanging around. So I was just, waiting to see what happens. And then one morning, I got a call from the GM just saying, "Hey, like, can you come into the rink?" Just pretty scared, honestly. I didn't know what was happening. So I wake up in the morning. I think I woke up to the phone call actually. So I had no clue, and I got my billet dad to drive me over to the rink, and there the papers were for signing, and they had told me that I had made the team for the year. So it's a pretty special moment. I went back home, called my family, and let them know I'll be sticking around for the year.
Mhm.
So yeah, I just ended up signing and stuck around the rest of the year.
Nice. So what is it again? We kind of talked a bit at the championship there, and told you about how watching games in the crush can. But
Yeah, yeah,
what is it like playing in Moose Jaw? They just came off a championships season in 2024, and just the culture in Moose Jaw, and what does that mean? I mean, you're one of five WHL teams in Saskatchewan, and but I mean, I'm a bit biased. I mean, I
yeah, yeah, yeah.
grew, I
No,
grew up there a bit, and so I understand a bit of that culture. What is it like playing in Moose Jaw?
it's pretty special, honestly. It's a small city, I guess you could say.
Hmm.
So I know when they went on their championship run and they had a really good team, everyone from the city was there. So the arena was pretty packed. But there's tons of support from the community. Like we do a lot of volunteering and we try helping out. We go to the schools and try and read books for the youth there, and we try and be role models. But they're always there supporting us. Whether you see them at a grocery store, if they recognize you, someone will say hi, or there's just a very welcoming community. And the billet families, the rink is pretty nice too. We got a beautiful facility. So it's a
Hmm.
pretty nice place to play. I really enjoyed playing there.
Nice. And again, I always say you guys in Bush have a lot more to do there than it was 30 years ago. I mean, uh,
Yeah.
you got the tunnels going on. You got a nice miniature golf course. But you also spent time at the Prairie Hockey Academy in Caronport. You had mentioned that to me, and I found that awesome and intriguing. So, what was kind of your experience there playing in the Barkman?
It's a small arena, but it's definitely fun to play in.
Hmm.
No, like with Prairie, I was looking for somewhere to play. I actually, when I was in the MJHL last season, I wasn't there the full year, so I started the first bid in Prairie. So I ended up going up there um later September. So met up with all the guys in the team a little bit late, so I had to, I guess, get real close with them in less amount of time because they've already been together for a few weeks. But I showed up and I moved into a house with two billet brothers actually on the team. And I actually love Prairie. We had great coaches. It's a great school to attend. You're always busy. I know, like, our schedule was we'd wake up, go to chapel in the morning for about an hour, which was pretty enjoyable. You show up at school, you don't really have any work to do to start first class. You go
Right.
sit there and you just sit there in chapel and you listen.
Mm.
So, anyways, we had that, and then we had a few classes, and it was a good schedule because around noon, 1 o'clock, our day was done. We'd head to the rink and we'd
Nice.
work out, we'd skate, and then evenings are free just to hang out with the guys. So
Mhm.
it was a pretty good schedule, and it was a blast. I really liked playing there, so it was fun.
It's awesome. Did you spend some time at the Beacon?
Uh, not really.
Okay.
Not
Okay.
a whole lot.
Okay, I have, you know, it used to be the Pilgrim restaurant. Now it's the Beacon. So that's why I asked that question.
Yeah, might have went there once.
Okay. Oh, good. Again, you kind of look through the list of Moose Jaw Warriors, right? You know, you can go down the line. I mean, you got Roman Volpat that was involved in the Gretzky trade years ago to St. Louis. You have,
Yeah,
you know, Ryan Smith, Curtis Brown, Kelly Buckberger. I mean, there's a gamut there, and you know,
yeah.
it's again that's why I say it's a bit of a you know it is a special place as far as that goes. Any rituals or superstitions that Benson Hirst has?
Call me. I know this year before every single game, I had ice bath. So I'd hop in the ice bath for 3 minutes or so. I don't know. It just felt good. Got the legs going for me.
Hmm.
So before every game, I'd hop into an ice bath. And then after an ice bath, I'd throw on my warm up clothes, maybe play some sewer with the guys.
Nice.
Um, and I know also before every single game, it was me and two other of my teammates. We'd throw a football around before every
Hmm.
single game. Pretty much, we just throw a football around. So we did that. Um, I always got dressed around the same time too. Usually around 30 minutes left on the clock, I'll
Hmm.
start getting dressed. And I usually always listen to the same songs as well. I made one playlist that I just listen to the same songs for every game. If I get sick of it, I got a couple other ones that I switch to. But once I'm on a playlist and I think I'm playing good with it, or I'll stick with it,
Hmm.
or whatnot, I'll stick with the exact same songs. So for a couple months, I was listening to the same music.
Hey, that's good, right? It's good to have be in routine and
Yeah,
have some rituals, superstitions. Nothing wrong with it, right? So
no.
that sort of thing. Favorite rink to play in the WHL?
Ooh. My favorite was probably either when we went on our U.S. road trip. It was all the rinks were pretty sweet to play, and the atmospheres were unreal.
Hmm.
I think we played in an almost sold out Spokane arena. That was pretty electric. It was pretty loud in there, and all those states teams they have chants. They usually do all the time. They got their own. So I'd probably say 10,000 fans in Spokane was pretty cool, and then Everett on a Wednesday night. It wasn't sold out, but it was pretty packed, and that arena is always loud. So it's probably one of those two. And if I had to throw in a third, it'd be Seattle. They
Oh
were
yeah,
sold. They were sold out when we were there, and it was. They're all three of them are super loud arenas, and they get great atmospheres. So those three are probably my top.
nice. Yeah, I mean, whenever I was playing Prince Albert, you know, watching some of those games on TSN, yeah, you could sense it was
Oh yeah,
a raucous atmosphere. In Seattle, I
yeah.
mean, Seattle, they you know they bring it with the Seahawks, they bring it with the Mariners. Now
They got everything.
everything. Now they're missing their basketball team, but
Hmm.
I think they'll get one in the next five. Uh,
Probably.
so what does the summer look like for you, Benson?
Well, I just recently got back on the ice about a week ago, but before that, it was pretty much just I'd play in tournaments for fun on weekends, just with a bunch of buddies, staying on the ice, but at the same time, you're not overdoing yourself, so it's fun. And just pretty much working out. I know I was working for my dad for a couple weeks, but got tied up with hockey on the weekends and whatnot. So it was just working out, hockey, and then I guess hanging out with buddies because last off season was pretty short. So it's nice to have a longer one this season and get to do more stuff.
Yeah, yeah, it's one of those things, right? It's like we see the WHL schedule come out. It was like 102 days last week. Obviously, we're less, and
Yeah,
we all know with the Nighthawks run. I mean, that's a very short turnaround, just like with the week
yeah,
to have that. So, quite something. But I want to talk about maybe your Centennial Cup experience in Calgary. Uh,
yeah.
you guys made it what to the semifinals, if I'm correct?
We got to the quarters.
Quarters, okay.
Yeah, so we entered the tournament. We didn't know anything about the other teams, so that's where video comes into play. We did a lot of video. But anyways, we started off pretty strong. I can't remember if we were 2-0 or 1-1 in our first two, but I know that we had a pretty good round robin,
Mhm.
and it came to our last game. If we won our last game, we would have got a bye to the semifinals. And we were playing Grand Prairie Storm, who, well, I guess Calgary was hosting. So Grand Prairie lost to Calgary in the finals, so they got a bye to the Centennial. So we were playing them in our final game of round robin,
Mhm.
and I want to say like almost the whole team just thought the game was a gimme because they were sitting some of their guys for I don't know whatever reasons, and we thought it was a gimme. So we just walked into the game like we were gonna win, and we ended up getting stomped like 6-2, I think it was. So losing that game means that we had to play quarters and work our way up.
Right.
So we knew it would be a grind, and we ended up playing. I think we played Rockland Nationals in the quarters, and I think we lost that game 4-0, and that was it for our Centennial Cup run. But I don't know. It was obviously a really special experience there. We had lots of close games, ups and downs in the tournament, but it went by really fast. Honestly,
Right.
it was fun though.
Yeah, and again, time to reflect on it, right? You win your
Yeah,
championship, and then it's always the best of the best, the cream of the crop. So, I mean, again, a heck of a season for you guys, and what that
yeah.
represented, right? So, did you have a chance to go to the Centennial Cup in PEI?
I did not know. I
Okay.
I know we were planning on it, but we just didn't end up going. So watch that from home.
So, what was it? What was it like watching that with your dad being the head coach? What type of emotions were you feeling as compared to a player?
Uh, I was still pretty nervous, honestly, because Um, I played with a couple of guys on Niverville this year when we won last year, and then I'm also good buddies with quite a few guys on the team. So I was kind of rooting for all of them, not just my dad. So
Right.
it got, a little nervous, especially when they were down that one game against the Patriots. I think it was 3-0 or whatever it was. I was stressing. I thought the game was over and whatnot. I was sort of mad or whatever. And then all of a sudden they came back. So it was just a whole turn of emotions, just became super excited.
Mhm.
But no, it was just excitement probably. And I was happy. I was happy for the guys on the team and happy for my father. So
Mhm.
yeah.
That's good. So it's awesome. I mean, I mean, again, and then to see the Nighthawks being honored at the Bomber game too.
Yeah, that was
And
special.
that was quite something. That they were kind of. I'm in the upper deck there. I kind of looked down. Okay, yeah, there they all are, and
Yeah.
whatever else. So yeah, it's pretty awesome to see that and to witness that. And I believe it's a historical time for not just Niverville, but for the province. That's my personal.
Oh
Uh,
yeah.
where does Benson Hirst want to be in 5 years?
Oh, I don't know. College maybe. Hopefully college. See if I can I don't know. Hopefully college though. We'll
So
see.
what are kind of some of your aspirations outside of hockey? I mean, you don't have to tell us everything, but
I don't even know. Like right now, it's the only thing I have my mind on is hockey. I don't know what I want to do outside of that.
mhm.
Um, I'd have to find, who I want to be outside of hockey when that chapter comes to an end. But as of right now, it's just hockey, hockey, hockey.
Yeah. What did that's fair. What type of role have your billet homes played in
Oh,
WHL MJ?
huge role. Like I know when I went to up north to the Paw and I moved in with Shelly and Bree Fuller. That was my food, like my first junior billets. So I lived there with them, and throughout the year, I ended up being pretty comfortable there. And I had a nice room, and it was a nice billet house with two little dogs, so it's a
Nice.
nice place to stay. And then this year, up in Moose Jaw, I had pretty special billets as well. Dustin and Lisa Pettypiece.
Hmm.
Um, they had two daughters, and then there was three of us boys at the house, so five kids, I guess. It was a pretty busy house, but they treated us awesome. We were never short of food, never short of nothing. We had everything we needed, and they were very welcoming.
Nice.
So it was a super nice place to stay. Obviously, love to be back there. So see them in the fall, hopefully.
Yeah, so you're probably heading out what, middle of August?
Yeah, probably around middle of August, 3 weeks into August,
Hmm.
around there.
Well, it's interesting. It's a small world. People that I went to school with years ago, I met them at our
Oh,
reunion, and they actually built it for the Warriors. I'm sure
really?
I'm sure they still do. Her name's Carlene, and I don't know her husband's name, but they were Moose Jaw Warrior fans right from the
Oh
beginning.
yeah.
Her late father was one of the governors for the Warriors, Royden Taylor. I don't know if that rings a bell, but
I don't think so. No.
yeah, he passed away years ago, but definitely if you ever run into Rob Carney, former voice of the Warriors, he'll tell you all about Royden.
All right. All right.
No doubt. Have you had a chance to be interviewed on the radio post game or on the radio there? I know it's a different
Um,
play-by-play guy.
no, I don't think I've had an interview yet. I don't
Okay.
think I've had one yet after the game.
Do they still have the hot stove league?
I don't think so.
Okay.
I'm not really sure.
No worries. I remember the hot stove league again. Maybe I'm going too much down memory lane, but it was always Rob Carney with his broadcast partner at the time, and they would have people in there, and I always wanted to go as a kid and experience this, and
Yeah.
they would have players in there talking. So that's why I asked that question, Vincent.
Yeah. No.
That's good. Um, Not sure what more I have to ask. I kind of always have them kind of memorized in the head, but I've been doing it a long time. But not saying
Yeah.
it's not saying I shouldn't have notes or whatever.
A
There's a few sketches, uh,
couple sketches.
but well, that's good. That's good. Was there anything else uh, that you would want to say here or maybe expand on that I haven't?
No, not that nothing on the top of my head I can think of right now. So I wouldn't say I do.
Hey, that's all good. You know what? If I'm ever in Moose Jaw during the winter, I'd love to go see a game again. It would definitely
Yeah, for sure.
bring back all the feels. There is something about the WHL. I guess one question I would have is what do you
Yeah.
find the difference of the WHL versus the MJHL?
Well, probably the way players approach the game.
Hmm.
Like, there's a lot of NHL draft picks who do play in the Western Hockey League. So I had a couple on my team this year. Lyndon Lakovic was one, and just the way their routines are and the way they treat themselves away from the rink, off the ice. They're always watching hockey or watching video and they're recovering and they take it a lot more serious, I would probably say.
Hmm.
Not that guys in, the MJHL don't. It's kind of a different caliber with how they are always at the rink and treating themselves and eating and preparing for games. And then obviously just the speed of play. Everything's a lot snappier and quicker, I want to say. So just the speed of play, probably.
Yeah, I think you're pretty bang on with that assessment with the speed of play. I mean, watching the Winnipeg Ice here, it was
Yeah,
it was like night and day. You're like, wow, these guys are fast. And
yeah,
it's interesting. During the Stanley Cup Finals there, Craig Simpson said it a few times when Jordan Staal won the Conn Smythe, oldest person to win the Conn Smythe.
yeah,
It's a young man's game. It's a faster game. You just kind of kept hearing that, right? And
yeah.
hockey's a lot faster than it was even, I would even say 15 years ago. It just is.
It
And
just keeps getting faster. Yeah,
again, with technology and whatever else, hockey is kind of a 12-month uh, it is kind of a 12-month thing, isn't it?
yeah, yeah. No, for sure. It's year
Yeah.
round.
Yeah, it's pretty wild in that regard. I always used to think that was in the NHL, but I would say that's most likely in junior, as we've seen here.
Yeah, yeah.
They don't stop too much short before the Stanley Cup Finals. So
No, no.
pretty wild. Good, good.
It is. Yeah.
I'm always watching my time, but I know you got a workout here in about 20. So I think we're good. If there was anything else, though, I know I need to get a clearer screen, but
Yeah.
I'll keep working on that.
Yeah.
But
That's all good.
this has been awesome, Benson. I really do appreciate you making the time. And again, it was a pleasure to meet you and your family there at the
Yeah,
centennial
of course.
celebration, and just kind of meet you there in person, and whatever else. And all the best in Moose Jaw this year with the Warriors.
Yeah, thank you very much. And just let me know if you're ever in town. I could get you some tickets to a game.
Okay, no doubt. Well, I'll bookmark it.
Oh yeah. Yeah,
Good
thanks for
deal.
having me out as well. That was
Yeah,
awesome.
no worries. Anytime. Thanks so
All
much.
right. Thank
God
you very
bless.
much. Thank you, Steve.
Yeah. Bye bye.
Bye.